In today's video, we're going to be diving into the upcoming pattern, taking a look here at colder temperatures, as we've noted for the past multiple weeks. There is some signs of warming, but it's not like a concrete signal that we're going to be moving into an overall warmer pattern. I think that it is going to be a battle between the cold and the warmth, unfortunately. It's finally warmed up a little bit, but I feel like it's just rainy every day now. So it's just it still hasn't felt like summer to me yet at any point this year so far. We're 5 days into meteorological summer. A lot of people I'll see in the comments are like, it's not even summer yet. It's, we're still a few weeks away, but the meteorological seasons, which is June 1st for summer, September 1st for fall, December 1st for winter, and March 1st for spring, is going to be more accurate to the weather in the seasons typically. And typically we're very hot by now regardless. Late May into early June is typically already very, very summer-like, and it has not been the case. So this is extremely abnormal, long story short. Let's take a look at the high temperatures today, kind of what we dealt with. And you can see we had below average temperatures here throughout the southeast. There was some warmer conditions in this little strip, depending on where you're at, especially here in the northeast. Cooler throughout a lot of the central states, and then still warmer along that western seaboard, which we call a positive PNA. And you guys have heard me say that a million times. And this forces cold to start moving down from the Arctic regions of Canada down into the central and eastern states. So that's why we call it an Arctic blast, because it is an Arctic air mass moving down. Regardless of the time of year, that is what it is. Friday the 6th, a little warmer along the southeast and mid-Atlantic areas, but there is some cold on the way. Saturday the 7th, we see mostly cold in the east, still very warm in the west. Sunday the 8th, same story. This is kind of a classic look, very strong signal of a positive PNA here. And definitely we can see the stream of Arctic air masses. We have one right here. And then we have the second one. It's even more potent moving in by Sunday as well. By Monday, we see this one moving in. And by Tuesday, it's here. I mean, this is very clearly cold or warm in the west, cold in the east. There's no real way around it. That is what we're stuck in here by Tuesday the 10th still. Remember, a couple weeks ago, we thought this might end by the 4th or 5th today of June. And we've really just seen it rebound after this period on the models. Still cold by Wednesday the 11th. We're really colder until about Saturday the 14th, where this looks like it could be pretty nice. We have this negative PNA, so colder temperatures along the western seaboard. And then as a result, instead of coming from Canada, we see this air actually flowing in from underneath from the Gulf up into the central and eastern states, bringing the warmer temperatures to all of these areas. Let's see how long this lasts, though, because we see it stick around, but look at how the warmth is creeping back west. And I mean, this is actually an improvement. I mean, we do see, like here, you could tell that the East Coast looks a little cooler according to this model, but look at the west. We're not fully warm here. There is still some colder air, and that might be the saving grace. That might be able to move us into a warmer pattern here as we move towards mid to late June. So definitely an optimistic look here for those of you hoping for summer conditions as opposed to whatever we're having right now. Thursday the 5th, today, we see that there is just multiple different states dealing with thunderstorm activity, even some snowfall throughout parts of the highest elevations of the Rockies. Funny enough, here in June. As we move towards Friday, tomorrow on the 6th, we see a lot of thunderstorm activity. There's many different areas dealing with it, but the highlight area here is going to be like your lower Midwest, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, up into the Northeast. Saturday on the 7th, we see a lot of this happening for kind of a horseshoe shape here of the Midwest areas, the deep south, and then up into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. So we're seeing a lot of thunderstorms in these pockets here. By Sunday the 8th, there's a couple of lows, a very strong one up here where we can very clearly see the cold front and the warm front here. And then we have a weaker low here that just has overall thunderstorms around for it. So we're dealing with thunderstorms in here and likely thunderstorms and even severe weather along that cold front for Sunday on the 8th. As we move towards Monday the 9th here, we see this low has moved down to the north of the Great Lakes. We still have this very strong cold front look. So I would say we'll be watching for severe weather along all of these areas from the deep south through like Kentucky and Tennessee into the Ohio Valley and even up into eastern Canada. Thunderstorms and severe weather is prevailing here Monday on the 9th. Tuesday on the 10th, we do see this arrive for the Gulf Coast and then up and down that East Coast area here. Very long and far stretching region dealing with thunderstorm activity there. Moving towards Wednesday here on the 11th, we see the deeper south, southeast. We see a lot of areas dealing with thunderstorms here. Again, that's on the 11th. Thursday the 12th here, it's really going to be primarily this deep south area and southeast dealing with daily thunderstorm chances, which is very typical in the summertime, so shouldn't come as a huge surprise. We do have another kind of like plains low trying to get going there over the Dakotas. There's a little bit of activity out to the east. Could be something to watch. This is pretty far out, but could be something to watch. Friday, we still have this low, and it looks like it wants to develop some sort of cold front out ahead of it, but it's just very weak, and there's a couple of thunderstorms in there. Might have an inherent risk of something, but not the most developed system in the world. Kind of like lower Midwest, deep south, southeast area, still seeing thunderstorms by Friday the 13th. Saturday the 14th, when you look up and down the eastern states, thunderstorm chances are prevailing. Sunday, there's a lot going on as well in the east. Monday, same thing. So we stay very, very stormy here, as you could tell, day after day after day. Tuesday the 17th here, a lot of the deeper south, southeast, mid-Atlantic, northeast there seeing this. Wednesday the 18th, a little bit quieter, but really there's still isolated activity happening across many different states. And then by Thursday the 19th, keep in mind this is 342 hours out. This is very, very far out, but it's interesting to note there's a stronger low over eastern Canada, a dragging cold front there, and this could be another severe weather risk for Thursday the 19th, if it even looks anything like that, which again, we're so far out it might not. Looking at the total precipitation, we have a whole lot, especially in this swath here, where we are far above average as far as precipitation. But again, we've been saying this for a long time now, but everywhere where we're seeing reds and oranges, which is most areas east of the Rockies, you're doing very well as far as precipitation is concerned. Certainly not below average. So no real concerns. Looking at the anomalies, again, this swath here is our main area we're watching. Again, deep south, southeast, Ohio Valley, some like the lower Midwest, mid-Atlantic, southern New England kind of area is all very far above average. The blues are probably twice your average at least for the next 2 weeks. So over a 15-day period, that is 2 inches above whatever you average over that 15-day period, which probably isn't over 2 inches. So this is a whole lot of precipitation. This is a huge amount. As we just dive in and take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlooks here, we can see that we have a very large general thunderstorm risk area there in lighter greens, a very large area. We have a swath of level 1 marginal risk there in the darker green. That's where we expect isolated severe weather to occur. Your yellow there throughout the south central states is your level 2 slight risk, where we expect scattered about severe weather. And then we have 2 orange areas there for New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Colorado. For how small they are, it's actually a lot of states, but that is where we have a level 3 enhanced risk, and we expect widespread severe weather to begin in that sort of area. Keep in mind, I forgot to mention this, but the lighter green area is where we expect general thunderstorms. We don't expect severe weather, but anything is possible, so I always say heed every watch, warning, and advisory. By the way, this map is for today on Thursday the 5th. Let's move it towards tomorrow on Friday the 6th, and we have that large general thunderstorm risk, which again, as we transition into a full-blown summer pattern, that's going to be for most areas daily. The darker green area is also very large. That's going to be your marginal risk, and then we have a very large slight risk laying across the plains and deep south areas, so that could see an upgrade here over the next 24 hours to where we maybe get an enhanced risk in there, or maybe more, God forbid. Also New England with a sneaky little slight risk there, especially for Massachusetts. Day 3, we see it flattens out, moves a little southeast, but we still have the large general thunderstorm risk area, 2 marginal risks, and another very large slight risk region there for Saturday on the 7th. And we do have an extended day outlook. This is for Sunday on the 8th. We have a slight risk at least expected for New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas there, and then also for Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. This could be expanded a little bit, but in these yellow areas, we expect at least a slight risk. With all that being said, we upload every single day. Be sure to subscribe. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.